From the perplexing ancient metropolis of Meroe to the baffling recent discoveries in Bolivia, these are 10 ancient places unearthed. Number 10. Elephanta Island. Location: India. Elephanta Island is located near modern-day Mumbai, and it features some of the most intricate cave designs in the world. The complex can be dated back to the 5th century, and the primary use for this location was Hindu worship. The most intriguing part about the island is that there is absolutely no evidence left over by the builders. Not a single inscription can be found on the island, and it has been common word around the area that the caves are not man-made. Officially, the Elephanta Caves are of unknown date and attribution. Judging by the elaborate designs and painstaking detail in the sculptures, it was no small project. Legend states that the Pandavas, the heroes of the Indian epic Mahabharata, were the ones who built the caves as a place for worship. Let's stick around South Asia for just a bit longer and explore Kumari Kandam. It is the Tamil name given to the purported continent of Lemuria. At one point, scientists believed that there was a lost submerged continent connecting South Asia, Australia, and Africa. It was a way to explain the similarities between the regions, even though they were separated by thousands of miles of ocean. Today, we know this to be not true, since the discovery of tectonic plate movements. The only problem is the claims of the Tamil people. They strongly believed that Kumari Kandam was a real place, and the cradle of their civilization. To back up their point, there are some ancient texts speaking of lands lost to the sea, and so on. Could it be true? It sure makes for a great legend. But the Earth is a giant place, and we can't say that we know everything about it, because for every myth and legend, there is a little bit of truth. Number 9. Meroe. Location: Sudan. The desert city of Meroe was a major metropolis of the ancient world and the capital of the Kingdom of Kush. What made the city flourish was its great location among trade routes and its proximity to the Nile River. It is believed that the people of Meroe were expert blacksmiths, and their iron was sought after all the way to China. The Kingdom of Kush was strongly influenced by the nearby Egyptians, but the people did use their own language. It has never been deciphered or translated. Because of this, our modern understanding of the great city is substantially hindered. Meroe was a powerful city since its inception around 500 BCE, all the way to the fall of the empire in AD 350. It was not discovered again by Europeans until 1821. A few expeditions yielded some great information on the strange pyramids scattered around the site. Underneath, many a king and queen remains were found. The main difference between these pyramids and the ones found in Egypt was the fact that the Meroe people did not mummify their dead. Number 8. Stone Chambers of New England. Location: New England, USA. Weird stuff appears all over the world, even in the so-called New World. This time, we're digging through vast swaths of land in the New England area. There are approximately 800 stone chambers scattered around the area. Some are small and insignificant, and some, like the Gungiwamp complex, are elaborate and unsettling. Gungiwamp was thought to have Native American origins, but some have translated it from Gaelic, meaning Church of the People. The complex has a few different chambers, one of them being the calendar chamber. A hole on the wall aligns perfectly with the spring and autumn equinox. No one is sure who built these chambers or for what purpose, but they are mentioned by early settlers. So it's possible to assume that they were here long before the first settlements in New England. I wonder if there's any connection between these chambers and the Mystery Hill, also known as America's Stonehenge. The site was first described in 1907 in a book called History of Salem. Even though the site is majestic, it's a pretty controversial theory to believe that it was built before Columbian times. Number 7. The Plain of Jars. Location: Laos. Have you ever seen megalithic jars scattered in the thousands over valleys and plains? No? Well, such a place does exist. The Plain of Jars is located in Laos, and there are a few theories regarding its origin. A commonly accepted theory being that the stone jars were used as grave sites. But the local legend states that the area was inhabited with a race of giants who used these massive stone jars to brew alcohol. Compared to other ancient myths, this one is pretty tame, but very entertaining. Unfortunately, the US Air Force dropped 262 million anti-personnel cluster bombs in the area. It is estimated that 80 million never exploded. So if you want to go there, watch your step. Number 6. The Sajama Lines. Location, Bolivia. First documented in 1932, the Sajama Lines are an amazing sight to behold from the air. We have all heard of the famous size and grandiosity of the Nazca Lines in Peru. However, the Sajama Lines cover an area 15 times larger than the one in Peru. Covering an area of over 8,700 square miles, these geoglyphs were created over a period of 3,000 years. Most of the paths measure 3 to 10 feet wide, and the longest one reaches 12 miles in length. They are extremely precise and very straight. Who built them and for what purpose is still a grand mystery. People have speculated that the lines were used as guides for religious pilgrimage, but there is no solid proof. Number 5. Aphrodisias. Location, Turkey. Aphrodisias, named after the Greek goddess of love Aphrodite, is a small but very beautiful ancient site located in the Anatolia region of Turkey. Like the name suggests, the city is of Greek origin and is renowned for the beautiful marble works scattered around. The region has suffered major earthquakes, and the one that occurred in the 7th century is believed to have destroyed the city to a point of no return. Nowadays, only a few of the ruins remain intact, but you can still sense the grandiosity of the buildings, the Temple of Aphrodite and the Odeon being the main attractions. Research into the city is ongoing, and there are new parts and sculptures being excavated to this day. Aphrodisias is also close to Ephesus, another incredible ancient site. Number 4. Machu Picchu. Location, Peru. One of the best kept secrets after the fall of the Incas was the existence of the majestic Machu Picchu. After their complete destruction by Spanish invaders in the 16th century, it wasn't until 1911 that the site was discovered by the American archaeologist Hiram Bingham. But there are reports of other adventurers finding the hidden city in the mountains earlier. Machu Picchu was built around 1450 AD at the height of the Inca Empire. It is believed to have served as a place for nobles and Inca emperors. The site has been returned to its former glory after extensive cleaning and repairs, and nowadays, it is considered one of the few wonders of the world. Number 3. Rosh Hashanah. Located near Tel Aviv, Rosh Hashanah is a small city that holds a lot of ancient secrets. In 2014, archaeologists found a 2,800-year-old farmhouse which sported 23 rooms. There were also rare coins from Greek origin found around the big structure. Number 2. The Bantai Khmer Temple. Location, Cambodia. The massive temple at Bantai Khmer has been shrouded in mystery and is considered as one of the most important Angkorian Age sites in Cambodia. It is also one of the largest. There is no real record of the actual name of the temple, but scholars believe it probably translates to the narrow fortress. And after hundreds of years, the name now literally translates to the Citadel of the Cat. Even though it might not look grand now, this is an architectural reconstruction of the whole complex, created by Dr. Oliver Cunnin. Bantai Khmer is a critically endangered site because of the massive amounts of looting and destruction that has occurred in the region. Countless amounts of artifacts and statues have been stolen and sold on the black market. In 2014, during restoration efforts, 3 massive statue heads were unearthed. It is believed that the statues were part of a big causeway leading to the temple, similar to the ones found at the Angkor Thom temple. It is impossible to say just how much more hidden treasures lie under 5 feet of dirt around Cambodia, but I hope they are all found and restored to their former glory someday. Number 1. The Tiwanaku Empire. Location, Andes Mountains. Before the Incas were the major players in the Andes, the residing empire was made up of the Tiwanaku people. Not much about them can be stated as complete fact, since we can only interpret what was left over from their cities and religious sites. It is believed that the main god of their religion was Viracocha, the god of action, and the creator and destroyer of worlds. He created the people out of rock and made giants who could build the massive structures around their empire. The most famous of these rocks being the Gateway to the Sun and the whole site known as Pumapunku. Pumapunku is a baffling ancient site that humbles anyone who makes the long trip to see it. It is said that the stones there were cut and interlocked so precisely that you could not fit a razor blade between them. Historians are not completely sure what made this 500-year-old empire crumble within the span of 50 years in the 9th century. Some attribute it to the harsh climate changes of the time. Others say the empire was destroyed from within by insurrection and self-destruction. One thing remains true: there is more mystery than fact regarding the Tiwanaku Empire. Thanks for watching. Check out this amazing video. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more great content.